Welcome to the Nissan Magnite Kuro, a special edition version of the Nissan Magnite that has been released in South Africa. As the name suggests, Kuro is derived from the Japanese word for black, and this is reflected in the car's color palette and overall aesthetic. In this video, we will review the Magnite Kuro, looking at its interior, exterior, and features. We will take it out for a drive, and of course we will launch it. Nothing escapes the launch test because this is Mzansi Popular Rides. The Nissan Magnite was launched in South Africa in 2021. It entered a competitive segment of the car market, joining the likes of the Kia Sonet, the Hyundai Venue, the Renault Kiger, its twin, Suzuki Brezza, as well as the Toyota Urban Cruiser. If you're in the market for a budget small SUV, this, together with its rivals, are worth considering. Up front, to emphasize the Kuro theme, you have a black grille with a honeycomb mesh design. You have black finished headlamp enclosures, black front skid plate. You also have LED daytime running lights and halogen headlamps. The black theme continues to the side of the vehicle with a gloss black roof and roof rails. The lower door cladding are blacked out too. The 16-inch black alloy wheels with red brake calipers add a touch of sportiness. You also get special Kuro badges on the front fenders. At the rear, you have a black finish on the tail lights, black Magnite badging, and the lower bumper is also blacked out with integrated PDC sensors and reflectors. The boot is not electronic and has a boot capacity of 336 liters. You also get a spare wheel for those pothole or spike moments. In my opinion, the Nissan Magnite Kuro's exterior is stylish and eye-catching. The all-black color theme gives it a bold and aggressive look. With that being said, let's take a look at what the interior looks like and thereafter look at its engine performance and how it drives. This is the interior of the Magnite Kuro. The interior features an all-black theme. The only color contrast is in the seats. Both the front and rear seats are upholstered in black fabric with contrast stitching. The rear seats offer good legroom and headroom for passengers. I am 1.86 meters tall, and with the front seat in my comfortable sitting position, well then, there's your space. I personally would not recommend the rear seats for 3 adults because they can be a bit cramped. However, should you ever need to carry 2 kids around, well, you also get ISOFIX anchor points for your toddler's child seats. Both front and rear seats offer reasonable comfort and support while on the move. Worry not, it's not a bunk stool. The cabin features durable hard plastics with soft touch materials in places where it matters most, like the armrest on the door and center console, which is sufficient. I mean, what are your hands and arms doing on the dashboard? Keep them in the right place and you'll be happy. You have an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system with smartphone integration for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay for all media-related logistics. The system is a bit slow in terms of response, but it gets the job done. The infotainment system is also equipped with a rear view camera with park distance control sensors, also known as PDC. So when you reverse, you will hear teet, teet, teet once you get close to objects. Below the infotainment system, you have an automatic climate control system with physical knobs. Thank you very much, Nissan. To keep things cool, rear passengers also get air vents. You have a digital instrument cluster for all driver-related info, such as your RPM, fuel consumption, and trip information. You get wireless charging, a USB port, and 12-volt sockets for charging needs. The Magnite is also practical, with cup holders and storage all around the cabin. In my opinion, the interior is stylish. I personally like those Lambo-style air vents, and for a budget car, it offers a decent cabin. However, the black theme does make it a little bit dark and claustrophobic. I also don't like the finishing touch on the pedals. It looks like some unfinished business going on down there. Without any further waste of time, let's have a look at the engine stats. While the Nissan Magnite Kuro Edition is a special edition version of the regular Magnite, it focuses more on a sportier blacked out aesthetic rather than significant performance upgrades. The Kuro therefore retains the standard Magnite's 1-litre turbocharged 3-cylinder engine offering 74 kilowatts of power and 152 Nm of torque, being the CVT derivative. Manual versions of the Magnite 1-litre turbocharged engine produce 160 Nm of torque. To put things into perspective, the Magnite has less power than the Franx, which produces 77 kilowatts, but more torque at 152 Nm versus the Franx 138 Nm of torque. Let's launch it and see what it's all about. Zero to 100 km per hour is set to happen in about 13.4 seconds. The engine delivers adequate power for city driving and commutes, but don't expect a powerhouse here. On the road, the Magnite is predictable and maneuverable. The steering is a bit light and lacking in feedback, but it does its job when it comes to the urban environment. The ride quality is on the comfortable side but slightly firm, which might be noticeable on rough roads. Fuel consumption is rated at 6 liters per 100 kilometers. You have a warranty of 6 years or 150,000 kilometers, whichever comes first, and a service plan of 3 years or 30,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. Worth mentioning is that the CVT transmission is on the well-tuned side. Only when you push it really hard does it start to hum. With a recommended retail selling price of 356,000 rands, cost of ownership will set you back 9,580 with an installment of 6,960, assuming an interest rate of 12% over a period of 72 months, insurance of 1,600, and fuel of 1,020, assuming you'll fill up the 40-litre tank at least once a month, which will give you around 667 kilometers, provided you achieve the fuel consumption of 6 liters per 100 kilometers. The Magnite range kicks off with a 1-litre VCR manual variant at 235,300 and goes all the way to the range-topping 1-litre turbocharged Accenta Plus at 370,400. The model you'll go for will ultimately depend on your budget. And with that being said, it's now time for the Mio score. For the interior, I'll give this vehicle a 6 out of 10. For the exterior, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. For engine and performance, I'll give it 5 out of 10. For safety and tech, I'll give it 5 out of 10. You only get 2 airbags in here. As an overall score, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. The Nissan Magnite Kuro therefore gets a Mio score of 28.5 out of 50. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't yet done so, please be kind to like, subscribe, and to hit that bell icon for more dope content like this. Come on now, let's support local YouTube and grow together. A massively huge shout out to Nissan Woodmeat for allowing us to review this vehicle. If you're in the market for any Nissan model, be sure to visit them. Well then, until next time.